Hey y'all, happy Wednesday. As you're coming in, go ahead and say hello. Let me know you're here. I just want to first of all, just kind of let everybody know it's been really a lot of energy swirls. It's been a lot of energy fluctuation. And so I hope that you're doing okay. In the background today, I've got some 417 hertz. And that is what's being suggested to help you out this week. All of us, it's a collective for all of us. And that is the frequency that helps heal the sacral chakra. Hey there, Danielle. I'm so glad you're joining me. And so, if you are just feeling exhausted, fighting a cold, been working with migraines, if you've been feeling really under the weather, it's because of all these energy. And so, as my husband just brought me a cup of tea with honey, really take time for some self-care. Know that there's nothing that you have to do, right? As I say at 1, 2, 3, follow the steps of your own wisdom, right? I haven't been sleeping so great. So like today I slept pretty much during the day while my daughter was at school, and it's not an every time occurrence, but it was needed. So just follow your instincts and don't feel bad, okay? So I want to turn this down just a little bit. I want to make sure. All right, look at this spread. Hold on, I'm going to show you. Look at this spread tonight. We have tons of Oracle in front of us. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, which is perfect for the 11/11 portal tomorrow. And the messages I already know are going to just be amazing. So I haven't officially released Animal Wisdom, as it literally just came down the pipeline today. And but I did go ahead and plug in. And when I plugged in for Animal Wisdom, I was feeling the overwhelm. I was like, what's going on? I felt lost. And when I share the so much so that usually what happens is the angels kind of take me on this journey, and then the Animal Wisdom is like along the journey is released. Okay. But today that didn't happen. In fact, I went in for Animal Wisdom and I became aware that I was blocked. So instead, it was channeled to me. And so I thought it was really cool when the angels told me. First, I was called to activate amethyst for the waters. And so that's how I knew we were settling into the sacral chakra. Okay. Last week with the bar-headed goose, we were flying heights, higher than higher heights, dealing with our crown chakra, which means also that we were going down deep into the depths of our soul. And so now that we are coming up with these energies of the eclipses, there is an alignment at hand. And everything that is happening for us, even though it feels like it's not. I've got goosebumps as I'm saying this because it has really been a lot of heavy, dense energy. So if you're feeling this, know that it's not just you. Know that it's affecting us all in different ways. And this channeled message confirms it. So let's go ahead and start with the channeled message from the tigerfish. Now, just like you, most likely, I was not that familiar with what's a tigerfish, okay? So it always blows my mind to see when this animal wisdom comes to be. But the tigerfish is native to Africa, and they have lots of teeth. They are kind of like a piranha. They are the fiercest fish of the fresh waters, fierce hunters, okay? And they come forward this week on our behalf to help you hunt down all the things that are trying to keep you from being in your divine purpose and your divine, where you're meant to be. And it's really fast moving energy. So I know that because we've got the fast moving energy. Remember, I told you every time this comes forward in Oracle for every pile, this is fast moving energy. And so know that this energy is very quick and you can invoke the tigerfish to assist you. It's just a matter of plugging in, setting the intention to invoke your tigerfish. And let me tell you, it really makes a difference. It really makes a difference. So here's the channeled message from the tigerfish. Get ready to feel the emotions this week. Know that overwhelm will be commonplace and it will come and go when you least expect it. These emotions run deep, and keeping yourself within the current will be most advantageous. Don't worry that you can't see. This is a blessing to prevent entanglement. Your ancestors want to support you. Take time to go within, for these emotions come from there. Resist the drag, watch the line, and at the same time, let go and know you remember the way. It's time to journey back to the start, to move forward in a new light, your authentic light. The gears are moving in both directions, less in the mind and more in the body, especially your gut. Resist the jump ahead and the looking back. Keep to the current condition. Many temptations will come and go to spur reaction. Do your best to have grace for yourself and those around you. Each of you feel lost in your own way, and so each will be found in your own way. Alignment is the key, and as the universe spins its direction, you will find you're exactly where you're meant to be. I got full goosebumps. You are sovereign, you are free, and this is what is meant to be. Overthink and you'll sink. Stay within the current. So if you were to look what tigerfish means in Greek, it actually means, and some people around the world call the tigerfish the water dog. And so this is a lot about being loyal to yourself, realizing that there will be lots of triggers this week. However, if you face them with courage and less emotion, less in the mind, and more about how it's actually affecting you, they're rising up so that you can do what? You can alchemize, release, and claim the gift and the challenge. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with pile number one. We've got 4 different tigerfish. There are 5 varieties of tigerfish. We're using 4 of them today. The very first one is in picture number 1. And this particular fish has been observed jumping out of the water to catch a bird in flight for its prey. They have silver-black stripes that run along their fins. And they have a red fin with a black tip. Okay, so what I was getting with this particular fish from the get-go is I was definitely really getting the Egyptian timeline. The Egyptian timeline is here for every capacity. That is what's here. It's like the safety and the concern of what happened on that timeline and how that affected our masculine and feminine energies. Okay, so we're going to roll the dice today. The first die, okay, we're going to get started. Pile number 1. I'm going to write down the times. I always forget, so please forgive me. So let's see, I started this. We're going to go ahead and put 9:28, okay? I'm going to put 9 minutes, actually. So the healing, number 9 is all about the healing. So we're going to roll 2 dice. I'm going to show you. So the first one, we got number 4. And we got number 6 in the blue dice. Okay, so number 4 is we're going to pull some oracle for your feminine energy, which is the archangels want to come forward there. And for your masculine energy, we've got the ancestors from Australia that want to come forward. Okay. So we're going to get into that in just a moment, but let's go ahead and take a moment and get familiar with what's the energy surrounding pile number one. I've already pre-shuffled. We're going to shuffle in your energy pile number one, and look at this. Right away, we've got that amethyst coming forward. I mentioned that I ran the amethyst. So if you haven't already, I do have quite a few meditations that are available on my channel. And the amethyst and rose combination is what's being suggested. Okay, the energy around you, green tourmaline. So we're talking about the heart chakra. We're talking about, for many of you, this has to do, and I'm seeing this as a cycle, okay? So this is a cycle for that you're wrapping up. Or some of you are just starting, but your heart chakra is involved. And I feel like it actually has to do with an existing heart chakra awakening. And the green tourmaline is coming in because why? Well, first of all, I love green tourmaline. It's one of my very first attunements that I did. And I think that that's coming up with purpose, because what's so beautiful about green tourmaline is it actually allows you to understand your soul song. Okay? So that is just so relative, is like in order to, and then look at this on bottom, we've got the Lemurian seed crystal. So that's really putting us exactly where, with the cut with the amethyst, Lemurian, and now the green tourmaline. It's like our heart awakening has opened up so that we can go down into the depths of this Lemurian timeline, which to me is the sacral chakra. Okay, so I really feel like we're getting a good energy of what's going on as far as the energy of where we are. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Let's go ahead and see what kind of advice the archangels have. Right away on bottom, they want to let you know that you are the prize pig. Okay. And definitely right away, I think of the Wilbur, who works in Charlotte's Web, and about how he collaborates, right? And so this could be talking about a collaboration. There's a change going on in your structure right now. And, it's like we're meant to work with others, right? To unlock different keys and unlock different parts of us. But let's go ahead and get some advice. Yeah, we cut to the dolphin. Okay. There is, jumping in and out of that water, right? And the dolphin are able to pick up on different signals. And this is what's coming up here related to all of this information about the feminine. This is definitely a divine feminine. And with the sheep here, I feel like you are collective workers here, pile number one. So you're a collective worker. Okay. Now, right on bottom, so this is confirming where we are before I choose a card, but the sharks are amazing because they like the dolphins. Okay, so the dolphin came up first when we cut, and it's like that's the ability to like turn things into your own language, your ability to understand that things are happening, okay, around you. It's like you can pick up on the sonar. But the sharks is a little bit deeper. They have a sixth sense as well, but it has to do with the magnetism. The magnetism. So I definitely feel that you guys are earth grid workers. We're going to pull 3 cards here to really get an idea of where we are. Okay. All right. So the first card we have is the hedgehog. And this says be magnets. Look at that. Be a magnet. We were literally just talking about magnetism. Be a magnet for the light, love, and joy. Archangel Gabriel. And it's like, as I'm looking at the hedgehog, it's like the hedgehog is like standing on this ledge. And this is the energy that we're just going through, pile number one. This is the energy that you really are just feeling, okay? But it's like, this is like you realize, and it's all about grounding, first of all, okay? So we've been up in that air, we've been twisting and bouncing around really, and really challenging ourselves. So it's time to ground in and to know that all this energy around you doesn't necessarily mean it's all affecting you. And so it's like, because you've gone down deep, it's like you're more aware that there's all this energy that's around you. Okay. And so the rhinoceros here is next, and it says, be strong and courageous. And we were talking about, um, well, what's coming up right away as soon as I see this is we have the whole day and night, right? And in the center, we have this healing, all right, this spiral. And the rhinoceros has been coming up a lot in our readings actually lately. And, the rhinoceros is a fierce warrior. And he's been through, and I'm seeing as I'm looking on here, I'm seeing he's been through so much. His body is all marked up. And it's like, you have two, pile number one. Okay. And it's like we cannot allow the markings, the imprints that have been left on us over previous lives, or those that we're picking up on our ancestors, that our ancestors have endured. We cannot allow these imprints to determine where we go from here, because collectively speaking, we are going back to a new beginning. We are rebirthing into our authentic expression. And so I love the fact that I see the yellow and the blue, because really kind of highlighting here um, for the feminine, with that number 4. I forgot the message that the angels told me is this is going to highlight a chakra for you. So the number 4 for you guys is the treasure chest, the soul star, the earth star is number 1, root, sacral. Number 4 is that solar plexus, okay? Is that solar plexus standing in your power, making sure that you call your power back to you, not allowing the energy around you to just take from you. This was the time of the old, okay? And it did not serve anyone's purpose except for those that were not of the light, to be honest. But it's time for us to renew and to rebirth into our own authenticity. But in order to do that, we've got to stand in our power, okay? We've got to stand in our power. And so with the message from the fish, the tiger fish, was to allow our gut to guide us, okay? To prevent ourselves from pulling forward into the spiral of anxiety, but also from going backward into the spiral of stress. So really keeping yourself in the now. So how do we do that? We have the llama that come up next. And this is, doesn't this feel like the now, right? They're embraced. I love how as we've got the heart here. Here we see that solar plexus, but all behind it is this coral color, pink color. And that's really beautiful, because what the message here is to set boundaries and enforce them, okay? Boundaries that are good for you, allowing yourself to reignite patterns, especially that run on your nervous system, okay? Especially that run on your nervous system. Now, this is really interesting because we got number 6 for the masculine energy, and that's the number for the throat chakra. So for those of you that chose this particular pile, the chakras that are most influenced for you this week are your solar plexus and your throat chakra. And they are a combination. There's a highway between the two, okay? So I just think it's so magical and synchronistic that we're seeing that. Wow. Just beautiful. All right. So I had mentioned the amethyst for your sacral waters, but what's also interesting, because that'll allow you to be to actually further be able to be, what's the word I'm trying to look for? It'll allow you to better able understand your intuition. But I just released the turquoise and the straggler daisy. And to me, that's the meditation I would see as being the most beneficial to you. Because what it does is it helps realign the neural impulses that keep us trapped in reaction. Okay, so make sure you check that out. Pile number 1. Now let's see what, thank you to the archangels. Let's go ahead and see what we're not seeing. Okay, so the ancestors want to come forward and tell us what we're not seeing. And right away, pre-shuffled for you guys on bottom is the bower bird. There's that authenticity, like going down to our authentic nature. This particular bird is drawn to anything that's blue, and it just collects everything that's blue, and it creates a nest, okay? And so this is all about giving yourself some time to integrate, to do what's necessary for you to feel good, okay? Because there's some information here that you're not seeing. Yeah, there's the mouse, okay? There's some cleansing that needs to happen. There's some clearing that needs to happen. Let's go ahead and see. What are we not seeing, Spirit? Wow. There's that 10 again. So we've got 10, 10 for you guys. All right. And what we're not seeing is that there is this process of illumination. And we're in this integration process as we speak. And oftentimes in the middle of the process, it's hard to know where you are. And so we've got the cockatoo here. And this is the white the white cockatoo. But right before the white cockatoo gets passed off the energy, it comes from her sister, the black cockatoo. Okay? So this is letting me know that we're in between these two different states here. Hey, Deb. What's up, girl? We're on pile number 1. This is letting me know that the crown activation from last week is still settling in. There's still energies that are running in the background. Those are those energies that we could feel with the hedgehog, right? And so there is this illumination. So don't be ready to jump off and fly right now, because there's still an integration that's happening, okay? There's still an integration. There's still information that's being received from one cockatoo to the other. And this is, and I love that we're getting these blues, right? So it's like, I mentioned the highway between your solar plexus and your throat chakra. And it's like there's a highway there, and it takes time for your vehicle to travel the highway, okay? Because your solar plexus, to me, everybody teaches a little bit different, but to me, the different timelines are reflective in our solar plexus. So to me, the Atlantean timeline is the solar plexus. And so you are still dealing with energies. Here's the 10. And that's what came up for you guys, number 10. And what is a 10? It is not only releasing energies and ending a cycle on the Atlantean timeline, but it's also the 1, the new beginning, okay? The new beginning on the throat chakra, which is the Egyptian Giza, okay? Giza, the Egyptian timeline of Giza. There are 2 different Egyptian timelines, okay? And so be patient is what we're getting here from your ancestors are communicating this to you. I'm laughing because on the bottom we have the spider. And when I was sharing the message from the tigerfish, it said the universe was spinning, and I had this image that it was spinning a web. And so this is the gear. Do you see the energy that's coming down, spiraling towards you? And that's what you don't see, okay? That's what you're not seeing, is that there is so much being constructed in the background. So much being constructed in the background. But at the same point in time, as I'm looking at the background here, And as I'm looking at the spiral here, do you see these webs? And it's like what I'm getting this week. How do you stay in the moment, pal number one? We know that for you, it's the solar plexus and the throat chakra. But for you guys, how about we take some time to catch up on some housework? How can we clear the spider webs in our home? How can we, smudge everything? How can we just smudge our home? How can we maybe set out some new decorations? How can we really go through and really cleanse and start this new beginning? Give props to the ending of one and the beginning of something new. That's what I'm feeling so much. How can we clear the cobwebs from what we endured last week? How can we let go of these emotions that have been catapulted toward us and let me know? I know I've been feeling sick. I fell major. It's healing so much better. But look, it's still there. But how can we let go of those emotions and not allow them to hold us frozen and stuck? Okay? That's what I'm feeling more than anything. Thank you to the ancestors. And of course, the what's the colors here is the orange. Okay? So even though we're talking about the major thing for you guys is that solar plexus, right? The yellow and the blue. It's like your sacral chakra also needs to be monitored. Okay. So Deb says, much better though. You look like you feel better too. I do feel so much better. I've been doing a lot of sacred work and energy clearing, and it's been exhausting. Like, it's been really exhausting. So, yes. Okay, so that's what the ancestors wanted to let us know. It's like, look at, allow, and I'm getting one more message. Allow the energy to come in. Open your heart. Don't allow yourself to feel restricted. Okay? Huh, beautiful. And also, we got the message about not being worried about what you see. Okay? Not being worried about what you see. And that's because we still have those cobwebs. And at the same point in time, it's hard to see a new structure when it's literally just being created. Okay? But this is for you. This is more about fanning yourself out, fanning yourself, opening your heart, expansion. Okay? Is what I'm feeling here. Such a beautiful message. Thank you to our ancestors. Now, before we move on, pile number one, the fast moving energy, we do have Spirit wants you to let you know that, you do have an ally. So who's your ally, pile number one? Who is your ally? Ooh, there's the rabbit. Balance, allowing, and it's got a 0 there. So allowing Spirit to assist you in balancing your energy. Allowing others, coming and paying attention, trying some of those attunement meditations I was talking about could really make a difference. Your ally, pal number one, is the skunk. This feels very magical. And we've got the number 7. So you're going to have a lot of magic around you. But look at with the duality of the black and the white. Okay? And it's like that's what we were saying. There's this cleansing that needs to happen to finish this cycle. And I'm immediately thinking about the movie Bambi. And sorry about that in the background. I'm immediately thinking about the movie Bambi and how the skunk pops out of the flowers, right? And it's like, you can call me flower. I love that. It's all about your perspective. So make sure you check out, in particular, the very last meditation I posted. I just posted it Sunday, I think. a few days ago. And this is all about the straggler daisy. And it's about how you can use plant medicine to help you override reactive impulses that are not of your highest good. Okay. Hey, Nicoletta, what's up, my friend? All right. And then look at this. Okay. So we're just going to take this on bottom is the wolf. Know that you, and look at, of course, howling at the moon. Do you know why the wolf howls at the moon, y'all? It howls at the moon to let its community know where it is. So stay in touch with your community. If you don't have one, join our Facebook group. We have a great community. We've got a couple of them. We've got the Ascension Light Warriors page, which is a collab I do with some other girls. But at the same point in time, you can also come into Infinite Energy. I love the synchronicity that the two of these are 22, Master Builder number 22. And so that you are building something new here in 22. Okay? So keep yourself in balance and in check, and if you need to call out to your community, if you need to call out to your friends, that is exactly what you should be doing, because they may have some insights for you. Because remember, there's a lot of energy around us this week. And sometimes with all this energy, we can't exactly pinpoint what's for us and what's not. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Well, I think that hit on the nose pretty good for pile number 1. Let's go ahead and move into pile number 2, which is at 3149. 3149. Okay. This particular fish is called the elongate tigerfish. And it's very similar to the first fish. However, it has more of a gray tail, and it also has red, orange, and yellow coloring in its lower lobes. So I really feel like we're highlighting the lower chakras for you guys, but let's go ahead and roll the dice and find out. Okay, so for our feminine energy, we got number 3, chakra number 3. So the treasure chest, the earth star, the root chakra, the sacral. We're getting the sacral. And for your masculine energy, what's being highlighted is number 2, which is the root chakra. Together, we've got a 5, which is a shift at hand. Okay, so that's totally resonating right away. Let's go ahead and see what the energy of the crystals. Let's go ahead and Okay, we've got the charite coming in. All right, this is the vibration of a 6. So there's an integration going on, but this is actually happening in the pineal gland. This is happening in the pituitary gland. And I'm not surprised to see this, because we're highlighting those lower chakras, the root chakra and the sacral chakra, right? And there's a highway up to the third eye, all right? So it's just kind of understanding, what do these activations mean for us, right? What do they mean? All right, let's go ahead and find out. Let's see. What's on bottom here is black tourmaline. Talk about getting down into it. Okay, so the black tourmaline is a heavy, dense black crystal, and it goes down into your treasure chest, into that earth star chakra, and it really goes through everything. I have a sense that this is what my angels will have me recording this week, is black tourmaline and the black-eyed Susan. Okay, so watch for that to drop. I'm not sure yet, but I'm pretty sure that's what's coming up. Black tourmaline allows you to goes into like that treasure chest, and what it does is it really kind of goes through everything that you have been through since you've incarnated, and it brings up all to the surface. Brings up, and this is the energy surrounding you, pile number 2. Okay, so you have all this energy that's come up, and it wants to say, are we done? Have you learned? Have you alchemized this? It's coming up to evaluate, Where are we at on this particular? So this is some of the triggers you're going to feel coming up. Okay. Um, wow. But the energy is a malite. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time saying it. A malite. We're getting the 10. Are we getting 58? I was like, wait a minute. We just had 58. So we have 53 on bottom. 58 is the card that we chose, a malite. The difference between what is a 5. So that's the shift. There's definitely a shift. This is really a beautiful mandala. I'm not familiar with this, so let's go ahead. I want to pull it up and check it out, okay? Because there's definitely something here for you guys. Number 58, we're on pile number 2. There's only one pile, only one fish this week, you guys. So make sure it resonates with you. Of course, you can hear my husband in the background. Sorry, I'm a mom. I work from home. We've got life moving. I would never say anything in front of you that I wouldn't say in front of my family. All right. Amalite. Oh my goodness. Wow. We're talking about how this goes into your Earth star, and guess what this is? This is for your Earth star. Wow, it's part of the Earth element. The Amalite mandala is a beautiful tapestry of iridescent colors. Green, blue, yellow, violet, white, and soft pink. Pay attention to the 8 shapes encircling the inner core. These shapes mirror images of the 8 beings who will accompany you on your journey. Okay, that's here in this book. It says there's no need to worry about where you walk. You are carried and supported. This is talking about, this is a very ancient oversoul, okay, for this particular one. And it's talking about going into the old earth. The first wave of beings that shaped the earth helped shape human DNA. And embedded within their DNA is the original compass codes. Wow. So those of you that came here, pile number 2, I'm feeling that you guys are not only the grid workers, the educators, but you are really bringing the new earth into existence. And in order to do that, you need to completely let go of all the things that have held you back from doing that all this time. And that's the energy that's come up to be released at this time. So we've got the angels here, first of all. They want to give you advice. Right on bottom, this is for you. I pre-shuffled ahead of time. Let's talk about manifesting miracles. Okay? So those of you that chose this, you are part of like an original crew. Okay? And that means a lot of work has fallen onto you. And it has been a lot. And it's like, don't forget, in every challenge, there is a gift. And even though I'm seeing in my mind's eye, there's just so much movement. There's so much movement happening. Take some time to count your blessings. Take some time to slow things down and to sink into this moment. And how do you do that? By focusing on your breath, by focusing on your senses. What are you grateful for? How about this warm, like just in the moment, like this cup is so warm and inviting. And I can smell the sweet honey. Do you see what I'm saying? Really extending and elongating this moment. Really taking it in for really is meant to be. Okay? Now, I've got 3 cards. The angels wanted me to do 3 cards for you. The first card to tell you where we've been is Archangel Raguel, peace and harmony. Thank you, Archangel Raguel, for surrounding my life in harmonious light. Look at this beautiful card. And Archangel Raguel is with you, surrounding you in peace and harmony, which is why the angels are calling to us to elongate the moment, to really savor the beauty of this moment of where we are. It's not about where we've been, it's about where we're going. But we can't go where we're meant to go until we realize the preciousness of this gift, of this moment, of this second. There's change and transition. This is interesting because I've never seen this card come up, and this comes up a lot in my sacred work. Archangel Azrael. It's so funny because I was just looking into the bathroom and I'm seeing a shadow on the back wall, and it's a heart. There's a shadow made of the heart. And it's like a lot of the shadows, a lot of times we believe with fear, okay, with fear that they are not for us. But I want to tell you that they are for us. They're there for us to lead us to the pathways of bringing home the parts of us that we have left behind, for we cannot move forward into the new earth if we are not whole. And so Archangel Azrael, I mean, this is just really incredible for me. I'm actually having a hard time finding the words. I want to open this up because I see the dragon here. And it's like there are so many, this is perfect way to explain it. There are so many, and this is your present moment, pile number 2. This is what's happening in your present moment. This dense energy, definitely feeling the Egyptian timeline 100%. Okay? And it's like for you guys on that timeline, it's like things happened on that timeline that were not of our highest good. And that affected our DNA. Okay? But it's like you're part of the group that's here to heal that and to alchemize those memories, to alchemize knowing that everything is a part of the divine plan. Everything is part of the divine plan. And it's taken, like, look, take a real big look here. It's taken a lot of time. Okay? Do you see all these, like I'm seeing in his wings, all the feathers. And it's like it's so much bigger than we know. I want to read this about, I'm just not familiar with this card. Thank you, Azrael, for leading me safely through the change. I'm sorry, it's like blowing my mind because, like I said, Archangel Azrael has come up a lot in my sacred work about how he was a watcher and about how he came down and taught others things that were not necessarily of the highest light. Okay, change and transition. All right, here we go. Page 22. Okay, I'm excited to, let's see. You're going through some changes right now, and you may not be enjoying them. Yeah. But please be assured that they are for your highest good. Change is a natural process we're constantly moving through at different levels of development and experience so as we can grow. Allow yourself to relax, knowing that the angels are supporting you through these changes. The expanded interpretation. Change can be a challenging process, especially if you fight it. Know that you're being supported at this time, that changes really are bringing blessings into your life. You may be faced with the feeling of fear and not knowing what the next stage is, but there are plenty of doors opening and opportunities being presented to you. Allow yourself to let go and to welcome the new and exciting energy life is bringing to you. Azrael's name means he who helps God. It's making me feel emotional. The angel who guides us through the process of transition. With his phoenix like energy, he helps us to rise from the ashes. See, I'm getting emotional. Woo, sorry. Okay. He helps you rise from the ashes to be reborn. And positive again. He's a close link with mediums. I'm sorry, I'm like, hold on a minute. Okay. This is like really touching me in such a deep way. All right. He's a close link with mediums, and he's the angel who lovingly guides us to the other side at the time of our passing. He is strong, but loving and supportive. Call on him to guide you through the change in a powerful and loving way. Wow. Very surprising to me. And it's like, even though there's this dense energy, right? It's like you can feel this razor sharp edging. But it's like, it's there to put you exactly where you're meant to be. And that's in the realm of the spark in the dark. And the last, don't hate, meditate. And I love that we have this particular angel coming to the forefront, because with her pinkish wings, okay, with these red and white overtones, this is really telling me about connecting with your ancestors. Thank you, angels, for guiding me to love through meditation. And it's like, that's what's going to get you through that heart awakening. That's what's going to allow that rebirth process to expand. These energies are within you. And so you need to alchemize them where? Within you. And what's being highlighted here in so many ways, now that I'm looking at all three of these cards together, is, I want to show you so that you can see them yourself, is that heart chakra. Okay? Is that heart chakra. And that is, in my lineup, that is the fifth one, because we've got the earth star, the root chakra, the sacral, the solar plexus, the heart chakra. So the shift finishes through that heart chakra for you, pile number 2. Just beautiful. Thank you, angels. Make sure you take time to count your blessings. Okay? And look at this with this turquoise and this silver, the conduction. It's like recoding your subconscious scripts, right? So you might want to check out that turquoise and straggler daisy meditation I just recorded to help and assist you to do that. Beautiful. So that was from the angels. But it's the runes that want to come forward for what you're not seeing. Okay? So let's go ahead and choose a rune. What are we not seeing? Oh my goodness. What are we not seeing? This is so special to me because a lot of people don't know this, but I was drawn to the runes, and you see this particular symbol? This particular symbol is what I grew up with my entire life. Some people would have their names written on like all their labels and stuff. For us, it was always this symbol, because my family, we all had the same initials. And so it was an M, an N, and a W. And my dad would use that symbol. But what's really, really cool is it's also a rune. So I just really feel like this pile is for me. But let's go ahead. Still learning the runes. And this is the daggaz. Okay, so 184. Do not kill my pronunciation here. And it talks about the light of the gods. Why am I getting so emotional? It talks about the dawn. I'm hearing the song, "It's a new day, it's a new dawn, and I'm feeling good." Wow. I think it's emotional because it's something I would really love to experience. It talks about the light of the gods, the day, okay? In the Norse, it is the solar quantities of beauty and light falling to the earth. It talks about um, the sun's rays and how you can use the sun to help yourself. You can go into the sun. I've shared this and I'm sharing it again with purpose. We're on number 2, my dear. Sorry. And we're actually finishing number 2. We're about to start with number 3. Only one this week, guys. And there's no reverse, okay? So this is the thing. There's no reverse here. And your ancestors want to tell you that using the sun is a benefit for you to help get yourself in alignment. So you can go into the sun. Don't stare directly into the sun because, my angels have told me that the sun is just a huge portal. You don't want to be pulling anything down. But you can sit in the ray of the sun and you can meditate in the ray of the sun. And you can ask specifically Archangel Uriel to assist you in balancing your light body. Okay? So that because you've gone down deep into these emotions and we see what's been shown to us, we see how dense these energies have been, especially on that Egyptian timeline. It's like you can get really lost in that density. And the reason a lot of people get lost in that is because they forget to make sure they bring their light body back into balance. And it's like in order to bring shadow into balance, you've got to do what? You've got to bring it to the light. Wow, it's just beautiful. Thank you to our ancestors for bringing this. And it's that middle earth. Remember, that's what was coming up, this Amalite. It's that middle earth, your ancestors in the inner earth of your heart chakra. This is where everything is, right in here. So search your heart and remember from what the tigerfish say, don't allow yourself to be swallowed into the past or to swing too forward into the future. Stay and elongate this moment. How can you get out into the sunrise and start your day? How can you elongate your day and start with gratitude at the beginning and the end of your day to really capture and elongate the beautiful meaning? This is what I'm getting here. Just beautiful. I just love this. Thank you, thank you, thank you to our ancestors for coming forward there. Now with this fast moving energy, we don't want to get dragged. Let's go ahead and shuffle in your energy. Let's do a shuffle right away. And see who is here to assist you this week. Who's your ally? Okay. On bottom, the squirrels are your ally. Gathering your nuts is the ally. And the squirrels, they play in the sunshine. So how can you really play, right? And it's like sometimes when you're stuck in these emotions, especially like, I think I'm so emotional because these last couple of weeks have been so heavy that it's hard to imagine it not being, right? And it's like, that's the point. We have to like let go of what was. This is a new moment. And it's like we have to trust. We have to trust and ask our angels for assistance. And so I see the nut here, and it's like the nut, and you look, he's like on this little hill. Okay. But sometimes that nut, what's coming up with the squirrel here, this is the energy that's at play. It's like, don't be so obsessed with looking for all the nuts, because that's what squirrels do. They're so good at their job. They get so focused that that's all that they do, and they forget to enjoy the moment. And they end up having way too many nuts when it's all said and done. Okay. And it's like overindulgence into certain things is really not helping. Okay. So it's all like, look at how you're spending your time and how can we elongate it. But your ally is the raven. The raven. The 7, the magic of the raven. What's calling out to you? What are you calling for? When the raven, when you hear the caw, caw of the raven, similar to the crow, although these are bigger, it's like you call out different things. And so this is telling me about your connection. Those of you that chose this pile, those of you that are of the inner earth, those of you that are this original crew that have to do with putting the new earth together, right? And it's like, don't allow, as I'm looking at this particular raven, it's got a yellow eye, don't allow your fears to call you forward, okay? Don't allow the fears to rule. Instead, elongate. Keep yourself in the current, says the tigerfish, in the current moment, in the current of protection, knowing that you are protected in the wings. So your ally is to call out for what you want, knowing that the raven goes in between worlds. And so do you. And so do you. Beautiful reading, pile number 2. Oh, I hope you're feeling the emotions just like I was. My goodness, that was emotional. And anyone that knows me knows I'm emotional anyway. All right, we're going to go on to number 3, 5741. Yeah, I never even time-stamped last week, you guys. I'm sorry about that. Okay, the third one is the Nile tigerfish. And what's unique about this particular one, it also has the red and the orange tinting to the fins, but it bronzes. Okay, all these fish are silver. That's that really fast moving energies. This is the fast moving energy we're feeling. There's this conduction of energy. Okay, that's affecting all of us. That's affecting all of us in different ways. So, and the energy is coming in to change our structure. Okay, we're going through a rebirth process here. But what's really interesting about this particular one is that as this fish grows, it starts to bronze. So bronzing is like a natural patina, right? Like a patina, that like an iridescent process, alchemizing process that happens. So we're getting the number 5 for your feminine energy, which is telling us about your heart chakra. Okay. But we're also talking about, for your masculine energy, we're getting the sacral chakra. So we've got the heart chakra and the sacral chakra coming forward for those of you here in pile number 3. And that makes sense because this is talking about that bronzing. And so bronzing, to me, I'm like right away, I'm thinking of like, how it turns this green color, right? As it ages. And it has this beautiful natural patina. And so I have this sense that those of you that chose this particular pile are very old souls. Okay. Let's go ahead and shuffle in your energy. Right away, I went to this Wow. Right away, we cut to the Lemurian seed crystal. And right away, we have the number 8. And that's what we have here, a 5 and a 3. A 5 and a 3. So, which make what? An 8. So that's 2 8s being mirrored. And of course, that Lemurian is showing that sacral chakra. Okay, so we're definitely seeing the sacral chakra is where an activation is occurring this week. And we've got the muscovite. Okay, look at this. Really take that mandala in. What's it saying to you? We've got the vibration of an 11. And there's a lot of blacks here, grays, whites, getting to the center, a lot of shifting, almost like a kaleidoscope. Look at this around, these stark black in each ring, but it dissipates as you get to the center. And this is talking about what I'm feeling for those of you that chose this pile. Also has an earthy feel. So that really makes sense because we're going into that heart chakra, and that is the entry, the gateway into alchemizing those energies on that Lemurian timeline, is what I'm feeling for you guys. Yep. And celestite coming forward. And celestite is what affects your crown chakra. Okay. So it's like these energies that are irritating your feminine. Okay. These are also creating blocks in your crown chakra, and it's making you feel blocked. So you might be experiencing, as I'm plugged into your energy here, I can actually see um, pockets of dense energy surrounding you, lots of movement, but it's like it's foggy. I can't see through. Okay. And what's interesting is it's murky. That's the word I want to get. That's the word I'm feeling, murky. That your sacral waters are murky. Okay. So, first of all, that amethyst, definitely check out the amethyst and rose. It can help really take a moment to really go in and cleanse that sacral chakra, which allows you to see better, allows your intuition to be better. Okay. I'm also getting those of you that chose this pile may want to do some gridding. Okay. May want to actually grid some of the energy. I'm actually feeling this big time on the back. There's some cords, I believe, that could be used cutting that are attached to that feminine, that are affecting your feminine energy. And these energies, they keep you blocked so that you cannot receive messages in the ways that you're meant to do. Okay? Yeah. And you know why? Because what I see here, what do you see in the forefront is a star, a snowflake, actually, a snowflake. And so, okay, a snowflake. This is really coming up with purpose because I'm feeling the snowflake is relative to the crown chakra. There's this ice, okay, this feeling of icing your emotions, icing the energies that are trying to catapult you into reaction in that feminine energy. Let's find out. I think we're definitely in the right neighborhood. Let's go ahead and find out where we're at here. Okay. So we've got, speaking of, we've got the Wildwood Tarot coming forward on bottom. We've got the Ace of Arrows. Okay. So you guys are definitely very gifted. You've got so much potential. Okay. And it's like, do you see the breath of life? It's like this smoke, okay? It's like this is that fog. It's like what is keeping you feeling blocked and not understanding that you have all the potential, like the most largest potential in the world here. Let's go ahead and shuffle. I cut to the seven of stones. Yeah, there's a healing ahead for you. It's meant for you. There's a healing here in that sacral chakra, and your gateway is the heart chakra to get in there. Okay. Um, we're gonna go ahead and see what's on bottom first. Two of vessels. So I really was feeling this, and I wasn't sure, but I was feeling like this is between a relationship. Now, this is a general read. So, pile number three, this could be within you, but I'm actually feeling like this is an external relationship between you and another. And this is about energies that are coming in to bring this alignment. Okay. And look at that fire. So, here on the left, we've got this fire, right? Fire in the heart chakra. And it's really affecting the feminine energy here. As she's got the horse, she just wants to be free, right? She just really wants to be free. And there's this spark that's really fueling this. And this masculine energy brings down all this wisdom. And it's this combination of this freedom and this wisdom that really creates this new structure and allows this alignment to happen within your heart chakra. Wow, I'm really feeling that a lot. Okay, so let's go ahead. We've got three cards here. The first card we've got is the Queen of Stones. This is talking about where we've been. Okay, so this is the energy of our recent past. And this is really, this is all a perception. For some of you, there's two perceptions of the bear. For some of you, it's the cranky, scary bear coming out like, who's messing with my porridge? Okay, who's come here to mess with me? Get away! So, like, kind of like a hermit mode, been in your cave, like, leave me alone. But there's also this awareness. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm feeling here. The grumpiness of the bear. Can somebody let the dog in? And it's just like there's this grumpiness, right? But here in the current, we've got the otter. And the otter has a totally different feeling. It's the page of vessels. And this is more getting into that heart space. And here's the water, here's the current. The current is floating. But the otter knows. The otter knows that there is a mate out there for them as they mate for life. And they're known to be together. Okay, this reminds me of the otters at this zoo where I grew up. Um, and it's like, is their pairings. They always work together. They do better in pairs. And so that's what I'm getting here a lot with pile number three. This is about a pairing. And it's like, as I'm looking at this otter, I'm seeing the feminine energy, right? And it's like there's this observation. It's like we're waiting. We're waiting and waiting and waiting for a sign. But the energy is going so fast. The current is going so fast. It's hard or challenging is what the ancestors want me to share with you. It can be challenging to spot what you were looking for, as it might float right on by if you keep waiting and waiting and waiting. And so the energy moving forward is this Knight of Stones. So isn't that funny? We have the energy on both ends of stones, things that are fixed, right? Something that is hard, a challenge. But in the middle, we have the vessel, the opening, the chalice, the expansion. And that's what I'm seeing here, literally. We've got the queen on one side, we've got the knight on the other side, and he's like a bucking horse. Okay. And it's like, at first glance, it's like, man, this guy is just like out of control and, you know, just not in tune with with who he is. But what's interesting is that's happening for both. That's his perception of you as being the crabby bear, and that's your perception of him being the wild Mustang. But what's interesting is these energies are meant to come together in the middle. Yeah. As we can see on bottom. Okay. So this is the energy that we're looking for here for pile number 3. And I love that so much because it feels like that. So in the Nile tigerfish, it's like I feel like those of you that chose this particular pile this is something that we've been going round and round and round, but now it's time to really find this alignment. Okay, now it's time to have the abundance that we seek. So let's see. That was now who's got a message for us? The angels. What are we not seeing? So this is what we are seeing. Those of you that chose this pile, we're seeing this like disconnect, and we have a knowing that we're meant to bring it into alignment. We just not really sure. And of course, what I want to share with you, the next card on bottom is the 6 of Vessels, which talks about a reunion. I mean, come on. This is definitely between you and another person, for sure. And then the next one behind that is the ancestors. So your ancestors are here. We're here with the ancestral, okay? This like knot, right? This Celtic heritage. And so that's what I'm thinking of, that Celtic knot, that promise ring, that whole thing about what you see about coming into alignment. All right, but there's something that's being hidden from us. There's something that we're not seeing. I cut to live your joy. Are we waiting so much that we're missing the moment? We're missing what's in the moment. Let's see. Right away, trustworthy friends. Wow. And look at all those daisies. Thank you, angels, for surrounding me with people I can trust and love. So there's all this, like, I'm feeling like the bumblebee, I'm feeling honey, I'm feeling the nectar of the gods, I'm feeling this alignment. And this goes back, like, I'm really feeling, and I'm getting an 8 here, which is all about abundance. And if you think about infinitely, I really feel those of you that chose this one, this is talking about you and your divine counterpart. And it's like there are energies that keeping you separated, but they're separate energies, one that you have to deal with and one that they have to deal with. And this is the thing, light workers, those of you that chose this pile, you are an old soul. So you need to understand and hold the vibration to know that not only are you doing your healing, but they need to do theirs. And so there's this grace as we lift up others, as we lift them up into the sunlight. Yeah. The miracle of prayer, Archangel Sandalphon. Thank you, Archangel Sandalphon, for delivering my prayers to heaven. And how can you pray for your divine counterpart? And how can you pray that they will find their healing and their grace in the moments? And how can, as we've been shown, this week we're going to feel a lot of emotions. So how can we pray that these emotions will not allow us to be dragged and to further separate? How can we instead use prayer and give it to our angels and give it to Source so that we can allow those emotions to be let go, so that we can bring ourselves into a state of union? Because this is the thing. Whenever you create judgment of yourself or others, you are immediately, please know this. If you remember one thing today, pile number 3, you're immediately causing separation. And when you cause separation, you're immediately closing yourself off to the abundance that you want. It's like putting a big X in front of you. So what you want to do is to release any judgments, to release any thought processes that you're having about this divine counterpart. And you want to release them, letting them know that they're on their own journey of healing. As somebody comes into spam, as we see. Okay, so who's the ally here to assist you, pile number 3? Because I certainly know it can be a lot. We cut to the bat right away. There's an integration process with that number 6. You might feel like you're in a hermit mode. You want to pull back. Okay. But your ally is the turtle. And what does the turtle do more than anything else is the turtle, like if you think about it in Finding Nemo in particular, the turtle is known to use the current to get to where they want to go. It makes the work so much easier. Slow and steady wins the race, yet when you keep yourself in the current, when you keep yourself in the flow, you will end up in places you didn't even imagine. And you are protected. And this has all of this energy for you, pile number 3, not only affects you and this divine counterpart, but also affects your home, your sanctuary. This is really deep. And it's like, but do you see the turtle has the ability to come out of the water? Come out of the water, to allow the emotions to drip off, right? To evaporate into the sunlight. And you're being encouraged to do the same. And on bottom is the blank. And the blank, there's only one. And do you know what this is? It's the animal wisdom of the week. So your other ally is the tigerfish. So invoke your tigerfish. And it's as easy as saying, it's my purest intention to invoke my tigerfish on all timelines, dimensions, realities for my highest good. And right away, you will have a fierce hunter on your behalf that'll help you alchemize all the parts that you're meant to alchemize on your portion of this alignment. Wow. Truly beautiful. All right. So that's what I have for you, pile number 3. Let's go ahead and move to the last one. We have saved the best for last as we are at 117, actually 118 even. 118 even, 1118. Wow, already I'm getting an 11 and an 8. Okay, balancing and alignment, right? But also taking you to abundance. Let's roll the dice. We've got the Goliath. This is the Goliath tigerfish. And this tigerfish is way different than the others. Wow, it just jumped out. Okay, so we've got, for your masculine energy, we've got the 5th chakra, the heart chakra. But it's that first one, I'm not surprised because this is big, which is that soul star chakra for your feminine energy. Okay, so these are the chakras that are being identified for those of you that chose the Goliath tigerfish. And the Goliath tigerfish is like, there's like legends about this tigerfish, okay? They're known to get up to 5 feet. They are fierce warriors. They've been known to take out sharks, crocodiles, okay? Tigerfish are fierce hunters, but this is the bomb diggity one, okay? So those of you that chose pile number 4, first of all, you're growing into something much larger than you may expect. And so in order to do that, we've got to go into that treasure chest. We got to go in and dig for gold, right? So let's see. Wow, chose pile number 2, so I went back to watch. Oh, good. I'm so glad. Sorry about the spam on here, you guys. Um, so yeah, so here we're feeling growing into something bigger than we are. Okay, growing into our energy. I'm feeling this big energy, and man, right away, I'm feeling this pull on my solar plexus. So when we're talking about going into that treasure chest, okay, into the we're talking about in your Earth Star chakra is every lifetime that you have lived. Everything is in there. So when we're going in, this is when we go into that, it's like we are developing gold. Okay. So I have learned that this has to do with stepping into your power. This is how it affects your feminine energy. This is about stepping into your power. But at the same point in time, cleansing your channel to the divine. So you're going in digging for gold, and it is quite the process. It is quite the process. And as I'm settling into your energy here, I'm seeing that you're feeling it. Okay? You're feeling some of the blocks. There's a lot of energy that's swirling around you that's trying to kind of grab at your emotions, right? Okay? And this is the time to allow yourself to be courageous and face forward and alchemize those triggers so that they can be released and not hold you captive any longer. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. So let's go ahead and get the crystals here. Right away, I cut to that Amalite. So that's that inner earth, okay? That inner earth going way down to the center, which would make sense because with the number 5 here, we're being shown the entrance is through the heart chakra, which to me is that middle earth, the King Arthur timeline, right? Okay. And on bottom, we're getting clear quartz. Okay. So that is telling me a lot about the duality of karma. But it's like once you start to get in past the black and the white, you start to see that there's so much more color. So I feel like what we're talking about here is like with the clear quartz that has to do with assisting in the crown chakra. So there's a lot of blocks due to karma in that crown chakra. And I can see that I'm seeing like there's little healings happening. Okay. So your actual kingfish or a tigerfish can assist you with that. Okay. So first we've got the astro. Okay. So hold on. I'm sorry. I'm bouncing around here. My dog is whining. It's like when I go live, everybody wants to just whine. Okay. So, Carnelian, what is at hand is a challenge. And that's what I was feeling for those of you that are the Goliaths. Like you're on the ascend. This is an ascended master path. This is a challenge at hand. There's a new challenge in front of you, and you're growing into this large energy, into this big energy to go and alchemize. And it's something that I'm seeing in common. It's like it's not very clear in the center, right? It's not very clear in the center. But this is why you're going down into that treasure chest so that you can actually cleanse your central tube, your central channel to the divine. Yes, that is what I'm feeling very much. So carnelian is a natural shield for your sacral chakra. So it protects your sacral chakra. It is literally that spark in the dark. It is your creative energy, your creative spark. And so that your feminine energy is going through a healing. It's going down into that treasure chest to alchemize any and all experiences that have kept this sacral chakra from being cleared and cleansed. Okay. let's go ahead and see what the astro, and this is much bigger than you. Big energy, this has to do with cosmos. We've got the astro, okay, here's the gears. The tigerfish told us the gears are changing in both directions, so it's hard to keep. So the very first thing for you guys was to make sure that you are replenishing, taking some time to replenish, to make sure you're staying hydrated, to the Aquarius energy, being part of the community, allowing yourself to be replenished and regenerated. But you have to open yourself up to that. Okay. And it's like a lot of people think everything is on their own, but really it's not. We all have different connections within us. There's an invitation for you to go in and to pinpoint this at this particular time, to pinpoint and alchemize. So it's like this is divinely, cosmically happening for those of you that chose pile number 4. This is a time that is just for you. It is meant for you. Okay. So let's see. We've got Scorpio, we've got Aries, and we've got the 8th house. Wow. Okay. So first of all, we've got the Scorpion energy. Okay. This is what's in our recent past. This is what I'm saying. We're going down into all those timelines and we're looking for, what can bring me to my authentic alignment? What am I going to grab down there that I can bring back up to the surface, that I can alchemize? How can I go back down? This is what I'm feeling with this Scorpio investigation. How can I, go in and find out what is making me feel, what's stinging me, right? What's stinging me? What's making me feel stuck? Then here in the present, we've got the action here, okay? And this is here with the Aries, okay? The Aries energy. It's time to act. It's time to really start climbing the mountain, the pinnacle, to go through, as we're being shown here with your masculine energy, with your actions, to go into that 5th heart chakra, to go in through there, to go down into that soul, into that earth star chakra, and to bring up to the surface that which we need to alchemize. And it's like we'll go down and up, down and up. I can feel it. And it's like as you're climbing the mountain, in every challenge, you'll discover the gift, right? You'll discover the gift. But there's a lot of mystery here as we've got the 8th house. Oh my goodness. We've got the 8th house. This is a wrapping up of a cycle for you. This is talking about, this is working with your ancestors, is what I'm feeling here, but also going into that 8th house, which refers back to Scorpio, I believe. Let's read that. There's something here in the 8th house for you. Let's read that. Altogether, we've got 946. I'm being called. So we've got a 10, an 8, and a 9. 10, 8, 9. 10, 8, 9. 8, 1, 10. That's what I'm getting. 8, 1, 1, 0. So 8, 1, 1, 0. This is where we're being led. And how can you allow, it's the cosmic energy that is coming in to assist here. And I see all these crystals draped in that mysterious one, and the plant medicine, and the mind, and the chatter that comes out. There's more here on number 46. Toby, please stop. I'm sorry, you guys. All this stuff in the background. And isn't that how life always is? And it probably is not bothering you guys as much as it's distracting me. If your chart were a village map, the 8th house would be the corner of the red light district next to the mortuary, a savings and loan bank. It is the private house where you deal with things we don't talk about in public: sex, death, debts, loans, psychic phenomenon. Here we deal with the other's resources and how they're exchanged: money, bodies, thoughts, and work, and how we inherit goods and attitudes. This house can feel uncomfortable, but it's a place where we can transform. Action. Assess the power dynamics between you and other people around important resources like sex, money, and inheritances. Notice if a relative or boss withholds money until you behave, or if a lover withholds sex until some other need is met. Just get clear in your own mind if anyone is pulling strings to try to heal dysfunctional dynamics with clear and healthy boundaries. Seduced honesty. Not all strange sexual dynamics or unusual financial agreements are a problem. If you understand your peculiarities and don't feel coerced or controlled by them, they're just a part of who you are. Financial investors and advisors, consultants, ministers, lovers, intuitives, brain trusts, auctioneers, and investigators all work with the ACE Health Affairs. And if they work with integrity, they do so productively. Develop your second house resources, your own money, your sense of worth, your body confidence to strengthen your freedom and bargaining power to operate in this realm with grace. Engage the resources handed to you, but make your own judgment calls. The eighth house calls for one last freedom to acknowledge that death exists and to be fully alive in response. This is your challenge. It can be tempting to manipulate by withholding love, power, or money, and hard to step away from someone else. It's hard. Oh, hold on. And hard to step away when someone else is jerking those chains. But the gift is to face your worst fears and to step through and feel the liberation. The trap of manipulation falls away when you don't bite the hook. And you are the huge, gigantic Goliath. And what are people trying to hook but the Goliath? Like, it's legendary. It's a legendary fish that many try to catch for sport. And so don't fall for the hook, okay? It's not about what others do. It's about what matters to you. It's not about what's been done, okay? We don't hold on to these victim mentalities. We don't hold on to the traumas because that's not you. That's the trauma. So it's like, how can we be in our most authentic expression, even in a mysterious state? Okay. And then once again, we've got the inner earth coming here, what we're not seeing. So, what we're not seeing, before we move forward, I want to see what's on bottom. Oh, yeah. The invitation to really pinpoint and, not deal with that hook, not deal with wanting to be hooked, okay? To be caught. Because to me, that's about a reaction. That's a chain reaction. The cause is the hook, and the effect is what the hook can do is to catch you, right? And it's like, but when you're caught, you're not really in your authentic freedom. Wow. So what are we not seeing? What are we not seeing? Let's shuffle in. Once again, there's a healing. What we're not seeing is there's a healing in front of us, something that's being called to be healed. I cut to the 10 of vessels, which is the ultimate cycle through that heart chakra. What we're not seeing, Page of Stones, the links. What we're not seeing is there's all this energy around us. Okay, what's being highlighted here for the links is hearing. So what we're not seeing is that we're not listening to our own inner wisdom. Okay, that's what I'm feeling more than anything. Let's see what's on bottom. Yeah, the green man's on bottom. The green man, he holds your power for you, right? The green man comes and holds the power to your throne and defends your throne until you're ready to step into it. And there's this idea of going down into that. I was feeling that solar plexus. Remember, I was feeling that pull. but it's your solar plexus and going down into that treasure chest. And it's like while you're on your journey, ooh, gosh, I am feeling it in my gut right now. Okay. So are you feeling the effects? And are you listening to your own voice on what you need? Okay? Because I have this sense that some of you in this group, okay, I have a sense that you're not really sure what you're looking for. That maybe that we're just in tune with what others want. This is what I'm feeling. And so that's where we need to think about, what are your intentions? We're familiar with reaction. In this week, we're going to get a lot of it. What are your intentions so that you can make the choice of the world that you want to see? I'm feeling this so much. But I also feel like there's something here in the Page of Stones. So the suit of stones is all about um, the element of earth. Yes. And so it's like, do you trust the earth? Do you think the earth has your back? That's the first question, because I'm seeing a lot of like um, reddish orange energy here. And I'm feeling this overwhelm in my third eye. So it's like there's this fog, like this block. It's like, do you feel the earth is working against you? Number one, because I feel like that's kind of what I was feeling here. This is about, yeah, physical, the practical, the worldly ambitions. Is the world not seeming to support you the way you want to be supported? And it's like everything that you see on the exterior, secret, is found within you. It's found within you. So when I see that our energy becomes big and big and big and big, like the Goliath, it starts to expand. But this is from the energies around you filling in, okay? Almost like energy rushing through portals and expanding and ballooning your energy. And this is what I'm feeling is a is a culprit for those of you that chose this particular pile. So what we want to do is to go in. We want to be able to hear ourselves. So one of the very first things that we can do is we can bring ourselves into this space, focus on our breath, and really allow ourselves to first of all sink into our own body and really just kind of allow ourselves to get into that pillar of light. Okay. So this grounding is very important for those of you that chose. It's important for all of us, but it's really important for those of you that chose this pile. I'm definitely feeling it. That's where we're getting the stones here. It's like we want to pull you back down into the earth. It's like you're not really here where you're meant to be. Okay. It says, pay attention to the physical realm and be aware of the effects generated by everything you do. A strain of wildness and a lack of forethought can sometimes hamper your forward passage. Be careful consideration to balance. Okay, so this is about studying yourself. This is about, what makes you feel good, what makes you feel bad. This is about you deciding, instead of just reacting to what falls into your lap, reacting to the energy that's at hand in the moment. This is about being intentional. This is about getting up a little bit earlier and planning your day. This is about, if you want to feel better in your body, how about we take some time to go out and go for a walk? This is about taking time to plan. I'm feeling this so much for you, those of you that chose this. Um, Questions you want to ask yourself: what data do I need to make a good decision? What can you learn from this situation? What needs what needs your dedicated commitment? And that's what I was wondering. Are you committed to yourself? Is a question that I have for you, or are you just waiting to be hooked? Because I can see that this is not really working for you. And I see all this energy, and it's just really kind of separating you more and more and more from your own essence. And as your energy continues to grow and expand, you're getting further and further away from your true essence. And so, what we really want to do, Goliath, is to shrink your energy. Okay. We want to shrink your energy. We want to pull your energy back to you, and you can set the intention, is my purest intention to pull my energy back to me on all timelines, all dimensions, all realities. Is my purest intention to be whole. And then start looking at the energy around you. Okay. Um, and this is there's something more here though that I want to share. This is talking about messages of prosperity or benefit, theft or pillage, inertia, public disorder, mocking concepts of authority. So, yes, I say this with love, pile number 4. For those of you that need to hear this, okay? And I know that I need it. And this may trigger you, okay? But I say it with love. I really do. First of all, I send you love and light for your highest good on all timelines, dimensions, realities, because there is this traumas that have happened to us, and sometimes they're on this physical plane, sometimes they're on other physical planes, sometimes as we're working with the ancestors, sometimes they're things that we go through past lives or through our ancestry that don't even belong to us. Okay, but no matter how it comes to the forefront, the biggest message I'm feeling to share is when we describe ourselves as the victim, when we have this victim mentality, when the world is against us, when the universe is not for us, we automatically create that judgment upon ourselves. And when we create judgment, we automatically block what we're looking for. So, in order to allow ourselves to rid ourselves of this scarlet letter, so to speak, is, to go ahead and release the judgment and say, okay, I'm not a victim. I'm allowing the trauma to dictate. I'm allowing that energy to dictate what I believe is available to me. And this is an illusion. And I choose to stop the madness and not allow the drama to determine my reality. I am not a victim. I am the one who is capable of designing the life of my dreams. It is up to me if it is meant to be. The world, the universe does not conspire against us. The universe is here to assist us. But yet, are we open to the energies? Are we open? Is our heart open to receive? Are our ears open to hear our inner voice? Okay. So this is what I'm feeling for those of you that chose pile number 4. It's all about flipping the script and knowing that your power is being protected for you. Okay. And look at this. Oh my gosh. Look what's below that. The Ace of Bows, the spark of life. Okay. This is what's meant for you. Is for you to return into your source of power, to alchemize this victim mentality, and to realize that that is illusion. Okay. It is not XYZ PDQ's fault. The world is not conspired against you. Sometimes when everything is falling apart, my friends, it is falling together. And I can tell you firsthand, this is truth. And it's that perspective. Okay. It's that perspective. So when something doesn't seem like it's so great because, like I'm going to lose my job tomorrow, okay? That's not great. But but instead of saying the world is against me, how is this bringing me closer to where I'm meant to be on my soul path? Because when this happened to me a few years ago, when my party light career, my career of 20 plus years changed and was taken from me, it was like this biggest relief I ever had. And I know that if it wasn't taken, I would still be literally on the hustler's playground chasing, chasing something that was never meant for me to begin with. And so this is a message that's coming up very strong and tried and true for those of you that chose pile number 4. So who's our ally? And you know what, pile number 4, it's hard. Look at that. I cut to the mountain lion, which looks like the lynx. And it's like, this is the part that I was missing and that I'm hearing. It's like, how can we stop our complaining about how things are not for us? And how can we listen to what we truly want to be for us? How can we get out of the spirals of stress and anxiety and be focused on this moment? And what do I want to create in this moment? And how can that assist me moving forward? So our ally for pile number 4 is the spider. How can you find the magic within yourself? Do you see the orange there? The sacral chakra. Okay, so the sacral chakra is being highlighted for all of us, but your primary chakras are your earth star chakra and your heart chakra. So you're either just starting a heart awakening or you're finishing a heart awakening. And really what this all has to do with what you're digging down and going into this quest is to to let go of all those imprints that you've taken that the world is working against you. Okay? And it takes a lot of faith and it takes a lot of courage. And you are big enough to make this happen. And the spider is here to help you to create. If need be, every day you can create your own web. Okay? That's what the spider does. Every single day they create their web. And every single day you have the ability, pile number 4, to create your own reality. But are you taking the steps to create? Are you spinning the web? Are you taking the action? Okay? Are you taking the action? Are you being in balance of these emotions in that sacral waters and having grace and allowing yourself to rule your throne with diplomacy and I'm getting like, I always tell my daughter, like, watch that crown on your head. If your crown is slipping, sometimes we need that adjustment. Okay? And so it's all about having grace. It's all about knowing that's the magic at hand for you. This is your ally. The universe is your ally. That's why it's come up. The gears are changing in all directions. So if you've been getting messages that the universe does not have your back, let me tell you what, that is an illusion placed upon you to keep you from knowing how powerful you are. Know that. Know that you are stronger. Know that you have the ability to create your own destiny. Wow. Thank you for everyone who joined me tonight. Powerful messages. As always, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you resonated. For everyone who's joining, normally I go live every Wednesday. Last week I was sick. Feeling a little bit behind still this week, but I'll see you again next week. There might be some oracle in between. Definitely come back. I've been running this series to do the combo attunement meditations. For sure, everyone would benefit from the amethyst and rose one. So check that out on my page. You can come listen to it every single week. And also, you're going to want to watch in the new year. I'll be teaching more about these attunements because this is just the beginning. You can actually place these attunements in your chakras. You can actually cleanse your energy. We're meant to use the tools of the all with the animals, the crystals, the plant medicine. This is how the universe has your back. All right? So have a powerful week. Know that there's going to be lots of triggers, y'all. Be stronger and have grace for yourself. It's okay. Okay, don't think that you can't, don't think that you're not going to get triggered. Okay, you will. But how did that come in for you? Like, if you're feeling upset with your daughter, what is underneath that? What is there to alchemize? Because there's a piece of you in that trigger. That's the most beautiful part. That's a fragment of you that wants to come home so that you can do what? Be in your full power. All right? So, you got to be in your full power for this rebirth. All right? Have a great week. Thanks for joining me. Many blessings. Talk to y'all soon.